Enu, thank you for waiting patiently, brother. Go ahead and unmute.
What's good, my boy?
What's good, boy? What you want to speak on, brother? Speak on whatever. Speak on whatever you want to speak on.
I ain't gonna hold you, man. I'm trying to. What was the initial topic? Cause I
Yeah,
didn't
I
get
would.
in here too
I
early.
would love to. I would love to get back to the. I would love to get back to the topic, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna play this audio for y'all. And shoot, we got one. I don't know. Wild Lions. I think that's a man as well. We got two men on the panel. I already asked Sergey the questions. I'm gonna ask my brother Enu. I'm gonna ask Zaria. I'm gonna ask Misunderstood the assignment. Then we gonna go to Wild Lions. We gonna keep it pushing. But let me play the audio for y'all, and then I'm gonna ask some questions. All right. Thank you, Auntie, and thank you, Kat, sending gifts right now. Thank y'all for getting the likes to 10K as well. I appreciate y'all. Let me play the audio real quick and let's get into these questions. All right. Sleep with somebody that we're not attracted to. We do not sleep with somebody that we're not attracted to. We don't care if you're nice. If the sexy guy is sleeping on his mom's couch and he's got game and he's sexy, a woman will sleep with him. She won't friend zone him, but she'll friend zone a nice guy who does all the right things and she's not sexually attracted. She'll take your money, she'll take your time, and then she'll tell you goodbye. Women will do that. So make sure they're attracted to you before you spend money on them. Enu, were you able to hear the audio, bro?
A little bit. She was talking about. Okay, I don't think so. She's talking
Okay, let
about.
me play it. Let me play it one more time. I don't know why they got music in the background of it, but
I mean, I
try
heard it.
try your best. Try your best to hear it. 1 second.
All
We
right.
do not sleep with somebody that we're not attracted to. We don't care if you're nice. If the sexy guy is sleeping on his mom's couch and he's got game and he's sexy, a woman will sleep with him. She won't friend zone him, but she'll friend zone a nice guy who does all the right things and she's not sexually attracted. She'll take your money, she'll take your time, and then she'll tell you goodbye. Women will do that. So make sure they're attracted to you before you spend money on them. So basically, bro, what she was saying is that women do not sleep with men that they're not physically attracted to. And she was basically saying that, it don't matter what position a man is in life, he could be sleeping, on his mom's couch. But as long as a woman finds him physically attractive, deems him to be sexy, and he has some game, that she's going to sleep with him. But she said that, the man that's nice to them, the quote unquote good guy, she said they're quick to friend zone that guy. So she was like, make sure like, a woman is actually physically attracted to you before you spend money on her. So with that being said, do you agree or disagree with what she said, and why or why not?
When it comes to ooh, I think I fall in the middle. Um, but nah, okay, I can't say I fall. I agree with her more than I disagree. And I'm gonna fall in between that line. And that's because from my experience, I'll speak on my experience of what I've seen in my environment. So back in the days, I was a little lame. I'm not gonna hold you. I was a little lame, and my cousin, he was always there with the cool guys and all of that stuff. He was known because he loved to fight. This back in Miami days, he loved to fight, so he was good at fighting. Me, I was good at math and stuff. And the girls always gravitated to him because he'd be fighting, beating people up. And like it was even hard for me to hang around with him because nobody paid me attention. So I was just like, all right, whatever. So I'm gonna change this predicament I'm sitting in right now. So as time passed, I changed myself. I became more rough, tough, buff, all of that. I became all of that, and I've started seeing the women coming around. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm not gonna lie. Also, I did grow I grew into myself because I was a chubby boy. I grew into myself. I got taller. I became like 6+, and then I played sports. But inside me personally, I was still a lame. But when those times came in, like women started paying more attention to me, and I've realized my privilege personally, because then again, time passed. I started banging. I wasn't a good guy. I was just trying to follow. I was a follower for a good second,
Yeah.
but when I started I was like in my high school years, I was realizing that the women really did hang out with the thugs because they was around me, they was around my homies, they was around the older homies, which I don't. That is what that was. Um, but I realized one day that one of my friends, and he was quote unquote a lame.
Uh-huh.
Um, we was sitting in the calf, and I remember I used to I used to say crazy stuff. I used to just tell women whatever I wanted to. And if I say it now, it's gonna be bad. But at that time women would laugh and they'd be like, "Oh, you so crazy" and stuff like that. But he looked at me, he said, "Yo, you know what's crazy? You can say whatever you want. Don't matter if you call them out their name, this, that, and the third, they will laugh and slap you on your shoulder and say, you so crazy. But if I said that, they will come at me with the utmost heat." And I was just like, man, you crazy. But then a lame, okay, what is a lame? A lame as in like he was into more more nerdy stuff, like consider nerds. Like he was just basically not able to be popular when it comes to the I was a part of the group of basketball players. I did banging. I was banging on the streets, so I was also part of that. But it's just like stuff considered to be lame around 2009 between 2013. Those
Don't forget to add you were also a dog as well. Q dog.
I was a bit that was a good time, man. But but yes, back to the story. Um when I was in high school, it took me some time to realize that he was completely right because women was not flocking to him at all because he was just not he was just not in the crowd that I was in or other people were in that like just got that attention.
Mm-hmm.
And this crowd was really capable of pulling a lot of type of women. Now, is it like let's say a specific A type student, this, that, and the third? Possibly not. But there was a lot of women that gravitated to them and made it easy for them just to feel that that energy, like I can get any type of woman, this, that, and the third. So, but when it comes to the lame dudes, which I used to hang around constantly, it was like they didn't receive that energy. So because they didn't even get that even type of look, they was not able to pull or receive that attention from women. And every time they did receive that attention, it was more on some friend stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And when I peeped it, I was like, it's interesting. It's interesting. But yeah, that's my observation from
Yeah.
existing.
And before we move to the next question, like, I had my time like when I was like done with like school and stuff. I was like, cause like I haven't known, bro, what it's been like to just be like just like a regular guy, if you will, like growing up. Like again, like I was playing football, like I was playing basketball, like even in middle school in eighth grade, I was playing. Some of us was playing on a traveling team, going to tournaments during the winter, having practice like a couple of nights during the week, and we was playing on the school team as well. And like I was a dude that like I was playing JV when I was a freshman, and I played varsity, from sophomore to I graduated high school. Like so, like I haven't even really been able I haven't even been able to really experience like if I was just like a regular student, not an athlete, not involved in no like on campus activities or groups or anything of that sort. I don't know like what my experience would have been. You know what I mean? So, but okay, so the next question is, do you think the bar to have access to a woman's body is the lowest it's ever been in 2022?
I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think so. I don't think the access.
Yes. Basically what I'm asking you is, do you think the bar to clap some cheeks is the lowest it's ever been in 2022?
Oh, wow, wow. Okay, I think I heard it wrong in my head. No, I can agree. It is low. It is low. Um, but to me, my whole life, well, not my whole life, ever since I changed the way I went through this world when it comes to interacting with women, I realized it was low. For certain people, though, honestly, for a few, when we come to this percentage, especially for men, like it's always been said that a lot of women gravitate to a small group of men, whether it's ambition or status or money or um, cute fineness or whatever, muscles or whatever. It's a small surface group of men, and they get it easy. Um, but when it comes to the others, it's just like I can't talk for them. Them could talk for themselves, but for me, I was just like the bar was extremely low, to the point I was just like, I gotta go celibate because this is unnecessary. I don't feel like I should be being like doing all of this thing with this shorty, that shorty, rather there was white or black or Asian and stuff like that. It was extremely low. Especially over here in the US, I can't talk about any other places, um, but yeah, it was extremely low.
And then my last question to you is, what as a man, what do you think is the main reason women friend zone men? And do you think that they often friend zone the man that would actually be a great partner for them most of the time?
I think the main reason why women friend zone men, it's a good question. Me personally, I don't even believe in, and this may sound crazy, I don't really have too many female friends because I don't believe they even want to be friends. So if a woman try to friend zone me, that is impossible because I don't really have too many female friends. But female women would definitely friend zone men for attention. I mean, to keep their attention. I can't say only attention because a lot of times they be good friends. They just make good friends. A lot of time men make good friends for a lot of women, especially they have the access of being protected, provided for in a sense and stuff like that without having to interact in a sexual relationship. But that depends on whoever's friending whoever. But for a lot from what I see and a lot of conversation I had back in the days and currently with women, seems like they'll always be like, "Yeah, he cool, this is my friend that's standing third." I'm like, "Did you did y'all do anything?" They be like, "Nah, I ain't gonna ever do nothing with him. I just know that he's always there for me, this and the third." It's either they will talk down about them in a way that doesn't sound like this talking down about them, or they're gonna big up that like this is my friend, I love this guy, he's been there for me, this, that, and the third. But it's just like really it depends on that woman, honestly. But there's a group of women that would definitely use certain men and keep them friend zone because they know that they want them, but they're not gonna do anything with them. And there's certain really women that has a small group of male friends that they trust and depend on.
Okay, listen. Enough of the games. Listen, listen. These women that friend zone these men, they're not physically attracted to these men, okay? And they realize because of these men's actions, and I can't speak for these men because I'm not part of that group, but like whatever the reason may be, these men, even though this they know that this woman doesn't find them to be physically attractive, and they know that this woman is not going to give them any coochie or be physical, engage in physical intimacy with them anytime in the near future for whatever reason, because she's showing them some type of attention, and to them they're receiving some form of love from that woman. They are going to be the guy that she can call and talk about other guys that she's dealing with. He's going to be the guy that if she had like a long night, she can call him at 2 a.m. and he's gonna get up and drive to the club and go pick her up and bring her home safely. Like he's the guy that she knows that she can use for as long as he's going to allow her to use him, you know? So that's what that's what that is, bro. That's
I
just
do agree with you though. I do agree with you. But um within time passing, like I would definitely have that same thought process when it comes to a lot of women. Mind you, that is a group of women that really be doing stuff like that. But in this game of speaking about who does what and how they do it and things like that, I'm realizing like it there's it's not a balance. There's a good amount of women that do that, but then again, I just can't take away the amount that actually don't really do that.
yeah, okay, bro. Okay, there's a woman, there's definitely a group of women that do that, and there's a group of women that don't do that. But nigga, if you ask me, I believe that most women, if they have the opportunity to do that and they realize that a man, for again, I can't speak for those men, but they realize that a man is going to allow them to, have that sort of relationship with them. I believe that most women, especially in our age range, Zaria and myself's age range, I believe that most of these women are going to use that man in that capacity. Like how you said you really don't have a lot of like female friends, like I can relate to you on that because I don't really believe, I've always said this, I don't really believe that like if y'all find each other to be any somewhat physically like attractive and you can see yourself like engaging in physical intimacy with that person, that's not really your friend for real. Like as a woman, like, and this goes both ways, but it's always talked about from our perspective, like if you gave him the opportunity to sleep with you and he would, that's not really your friend for real. Like I always be telling women, like it's 2:28 a.m. where I'm at. Like it's 3:28 a.m. where you and Zari are at. I always tell like women like Zari when I'm talking to them, like this man that you telling me is just your friend. Why don't you call him? Why don't you call him at 1 something, 2 something in the morning one of these days and tell him to come over and tell him that you on this type of time and see how he reacts. Like that'll let you know if he's really your friend. So I say that to say that I'm sitting here talking about like, oh, women will use men in this capacity, but also, like let's be real, like men will like play like the friend role, all in hopes that maybe one day in the future that they may be able to get through and slide through. Like, do you agree with me when I say that? Like that doesn't mean that they won't have, they won't be dating other women and being in other relationships, but they will be like they will just try to make it seem like they're friends with that woman. But maybe one day in the future, who knows? That woman might want to like engage in physical intimacy with them, and they'll take advantage of that. Do you agree with me when I say that?
No, of course, 100%. Because I have friends that was quote unquote the lames, and they be like, "Yo, we cool. Maybe one day I'll slide in and something like that." I'm like, "What? Hold on, that y'all friends?" And they be like, "Yeah, but." I tried to talk to her one time, it didn't work out. I'm just like, oh, okay. And then there's another times, and other dudes will come to me and tell me these stuff. Like, I'm like, would you slide on her? She'd be like, yeah. I'm like, ain't she your homie though? And she'd be like, yeah, but I'm just like, I don't want to put myself in that predicament or have to be in a situation where a woman have that type of power over me. So that's why I don't really have too many female friends. Me personally, I like to keep myself secluded from women that I'm extremely attracted to be friends with, because I know me. I'm a homegrown dog, and I'm pretty sure that if if that was not able to happen, it's just gonna be like, man, I'm gonna be sad about it. I'm just like, wow, I probably wanted something with her, but she don't want me, so I'm not gonna stick around to be your friend. So, but there's a lot of dudes out here really out here sticking around wanting to be friends.
Yeah,
Yep.
for
So
years, for years. Because like again, like I said, at the end of the day, he's still dating other women. He's still like in other relationships. It's just that like, oh, like that's my friend. Like, okay, you saying that's your friend, but if she gave you the opportunity to do something, you would do something. So that's not really your friend for real. Like you're not really a friend to her. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And vice
exactly.
versa, because women do it too. But yeah. But thank you, Inu. Please mute up, brother. I want